Highway stops are already one of the most dangerous things that a cop can do in that job. But what happens in this video, it escalates fast. 1 second it's routine, next second everything changes. And this right here is why every officer has to keep their head on a swivel even on a routine traffic stop. Let's break it down.
So hard that kicked off both of his boots. God, I'm gonna hate looking at this dash cam.
It seemed like a routine call, but it would all change in an instant. This state trooper had just returned to work after an injury on the job, and truly loved his job when this happened. In the morning on February 13th, 2023, an officer from the Ohio State Patrol noticed some debris while driving on the highway.
Yep.
The officer soon pulls over and begins reversing in the breakdown lane just after passing the hazard. This appears to be a typical day for this officer, as you can hear him whistle while he works.
Yeah, so, and you'll come across just debris in the road every once in a while, and it's more of a highway patrol thing where I was at, but these guys would stop and they would get any kind of debris that was in the road. I think they were told that they had to go get it. Me as a sheriff's deputy, I would go get it if it was a big enough hazard that I thought it was going to cause somebody damage, but you always run the risk of somebody not paying attention when they're on the road. At least he's in a good mood, I guess.
After he exits his vehicle, his typical day would turn into a horrific accident.
Boy.
Moments after the officer exits his vehicle and walks in front of his cruiser, a passenger vehicle slams into the back of his cruiser.
Oh. So, yeah.
The cruiser is quickly launched forward and immediately slams into the back of the officer. The broken glass seen here is the result of the officer slamming into the windshield before he is flung over his own cruiser. At this point, his own body camera flies off his person and turns on only after it hits the ground. Outside of his camera, his boots, gun, clip, and other accessories scatter the area of the impact. The cruiser violently spins around over 360 degrees after the officer is hit.
What was the other driver
video
doing?
Then abruptly comes to an end. Shortly after the incident, a pedestrian that witnessed the accident.
Here's the thing. Before it even gets into the part where it talks about what the driver was doing, this is something that you have to watch out for as a cop often, because people are just not paying attention on the roads. And I think anybody who's not a cop knows that. How many asshole drivers have you come across that ran into your lane or almost hit you because they weren't paying attention? When a cop is on a traffic stop doing something like this guy is doing, just picking up stuff off the road, they have to do their best to pay attention to what other people are doing, because a lot of times you can't trust another driver to be paying attention to what they are doing themselves. When I was in the academy, there was an Oklahoma trooper who he was on an accident on a bridge somewhere. And while he was working the accident, someone slammed in the back of his cruiser and pinched him between the railing of the bridge and his own car and killed him. I mean, this type of stuff happens way more often than it should.
On the opposite side of the highway, slams on his brakes and pulls into the median to assist the officer.
Good on him.
Here is what he had to say about the situation.
Could you hear me on the radio at all?
We're all on different channels, so I don't know. On your radio here?
No, on his.
On his?
I saw it. I saw the whole thing.
So he jumped on his
I got
radio? Probably wasn't working.
And then nobody responded to me. So I finally just hit his button, and then got on the phone and called in. When she slammed into
that guy's
him,
pretty smart. So what the button he's talking about, a lot of times the radios will have like an emergency button like on them. It's usually like a red or an orange button on the top that they can press down on real hard, and it'll just start sending out an emergency signal over the radio. So, I mean, that was super smart of this guy to do that. I'm actually very impressed.
Slammed on my brakes and slammed into the median. I was close enough. I saw him. I mean, and I could see what was that he had gotten out. It hadn't even stopped yet when I slammed into the ditch. His cruiser was still going.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it was like an explosion, man. As soon as she hit him, it was just like an explosion.
I'm sure. Pieces and
I
parts
got out,
everywhere
of course,
of the car.
It was safe to go across, but and then when I got to him,
Wonder what kind of shape he's in.
nobody'd stop it. Everybody just kept going.
And that poor guy.
So I just talked through him and told him I loved him. Told him that everything "Was everybody okay?" And I had him, and I got him. Gotcha, I got you, I got you. And
That's awful, man.
they just moved over to the left, kept right on cruising along.
Yeah.
You know.
See, and what this guy's going through right here, man. When you're a police officer, you kind of get that feeling about people too. He's not wrong, but also if everybody stopped here, it would just be an absolute clusterfuck. You know, even more than it already is. But you know, there is a certain aspect of being a good Samaritan kind of a situation, and you do see a lack of that. People just not wanting to get involved, not wanting to help, that kind of thing. There was times where I would show up on an accident, and people would just be driving by. There would be nobody there trying to help, or maybe just one out of 100 people that passed by stopped to help, and it's kind of a sad state, but. I mean, I guess that's just the world we live in, and it's a sad thing to say, but cops are kind of used to it. You see it, and that's just what you're used to. And this guy, that's just kind of, not knowing his own experience. It seems like his kind of realization that's just the way people are.
The audio from the officer's body camera seems to corroborate the witness's story.
Man.
30 years I did this job and never had to do something, never witnessed something like that.
I appreciate it. Having someone see it, say like they saw everything off the side of the road means a lot. It helps us a lot. And having someone
good on him for stopping.
Just grab his radio and try to get out.
Yeah,
Right.
I think that's honestly the most impressive part is that he knew enough about it to grab his radio, and he tried to talk into it. Nothing was happening, so he hit the emergency button, which I'm guessing is what alerted everyone.
Yep. All right. It's just hard, man.
Yeah, I know.
To see a brother laying there like that, in bad shape as he was.
Well, glad it was a brother that stopped.
The officer involved.
So wait,
in the
was that guy a
accident
cop prior then? Maybe that's what he was referring to by the 30 days,
is no
30 years
stranger to
doing the job or
serious
whatever.
crashes. In fact, according to officers speaking of the situation from this
Jeez,
body
man.
cam footage,
What was this lady
the
doing?
officer had just returned after over a year of being on leave for being a part of another accident.
Wow. You want to talk about bad luck?
2 weeks ago. He's been off for like over a year. So Adrian got hit by a head-on driver on 23 down by the casino.
Wow.
Like,
And that's what set
a
him
year
off
and
for
a
a year?
half ago, yeah.
During that incident, the officer's cruiser was
Bad
struck by
luck,
a drunk
man.
driver.
Wrong way. Watch out. Wow.
My 7100.
Oh boy.
31A, send me a squad. 31A, 31A.
Listen, so it might be a difference of policy, but I think probably most police agencies, we were not allowed to drive opposite way of traffic, because I mean you're just running the risk of running somebody else over, like, and adding to the accident, to be honest with you. So in this particular case, what I would have been doing, is driving on the opposite lane and kind of paralleling them, and just hope for the best. Because sometimes in situations like this, it's kind of all you can do is just hope for the best.
The drunk driver
Wow.
continued to hit vehicles afterwards, causing their own car to catch on fire. According to
Wow,
reports,
dude.
it would only be a few weeks after this officer's return
2
to the
weeks, they
force
said.
that he would find himself in another horrendous accident caused by a supposedly
She was drunk.
intoxicated woman.
Wow.
Soon, police officers interview other witnesses who share their perspective of the driver before the crash.
This guy came, or whoever was in this.
I thought she was going to rear end me. I looked in the mirror and saw her coming behind me, and it's like, holy I floored it and got around the semi that was beside me and got over real quick, and she was gone. Then she got behind me again somehow. I don't know how she managed that. Saw her coming back up through the traffic, just left to right, in between cars
Wow.
and trucks. I almost called 911 when she passed me to report it. I've done that before. I drive pretty much every day for sales and see this too often. She was on the rumble strips at some point, and then she was passing.
So
the
she was
center
drunk or
line.
she was
She
texting?
was just back and forth. 'Cause I looked over.
I wanna
and
see
passed
her.
me, and, she's all tattooed up and nose ring, everything else.
Wow.
We were going 75. They passed us like red blocks. That was
So
And how far away was that?
10, 15 miles back. I
We've got a witness in that white F-150 saying they passed her like 10 minutes ago going like 100, driving like a maniac.
A witness that said she...
I wonder how fast she was going when...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming...
Wow.
She was probably trying to pass somebody
So
else
she's on
the
another
shoulder.
absolute other level of stupid driving. Whether she's drunk or not, like, that's just a whole next level.
And
You're trying to kill somebody.
just came around and smoked him.
Yeah.
That white SUV all the way back is the scene, though, because part of some of his uniform is scattered all throughout here from when he got hit.
Is he alive?
Officers attempt to open the trunk of the cruiser to ensure the officer's possessions are all found. You can see bits of broken glass falling onto the ground as they pry it
Well, yeah,
open.
that back window's fucked.
As the officers on scene investigate the damaged vehicles, they periodically receive information about the injured officer and the impaired driver, as both individuals were immediately sent to a local hospital.
I heard that he's got like some broken bones in his leg and some superficial cuts to his face. Do you know his size at all?
If he got out of there with...
It's not good. He's critical.
Uh-oh.
So they took him to Grant and took the other lady and hit him to Grant. So just so you know,
I was just about to
there's a
say,
shoe there. I don't know if anybody picked
if he
that
got away with broken legs, I mean, he got pretty lucky, but, I mean, comparatively lucky for the situation. But this other guy's saying something
up,
different.
and there's one on the other side, too, and I think that was his.
Yep. Knocked him clear out of his shoes.
Hey, here's his body cam. His body cam.
Holy crap, still recording. Tire went right into the back seat. Luckily, there was nobody in there.
No kidding.
Just completely busted through the molded seat.
I'm gonna see if his cell phone's out here.
Call it.
Yeah, I just tried calling it.
Yeah.
We were gonna grab it out of the car, but couldn't hear it.
It looks like an impaired driver.
Okay.
Oh.
What's in the car right now? There's needles.
Bunch of paraphernalia. You saw it, right?
I didn't
you
see it.
it?
One of the
Okay.
deputies said there's a loaded syringe on the seat.
Loaded with what?
In the vehicle somewhere.
All right. There's a loaded syringe in the vehicle.
Unfortunately, during the search of the suspect's vehicle, this officer wore his high-vis jacket
Brother.
over the body camera. We will have to take his word when he mentions what he finds.
That's day one shit, bro. What are you doing?
There's so much paraphernalia and stuff in that
You
car.
can see bag there.
Probably most likely going to be .19.
Oh, yeah.
I haven't dug too far in there.
Point
but there's-
19. I'm gonna guess
It
that's
looks like it's probably fentanyl.
fentanyl.
28 years old. 29.
I'm gonna guess .19 is gonna be their code for being like an intoxicated driver or just intoxicated in general. Every jurisdiction pretty much has their own codes and stuff.
They said the trooper was alert and talking.
Yeah,
and stuff?
they said he's actually out of trauma already.
Oh wow, that's good news.
Conscious, doesn't know what happened. Lots of superficial head injuries with lots of blood. Appears to be moving all extremities.
Everybody's gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Dude,
A lot worse.
He talked to her.
that guy is
She admitted
lucky.
To, Suboxone, gabapentin, just some other drugs, but says she's been sober for 10 days.
Yeah.
Okay. So, anyway.
Yeah. I'm gonna guess this guy right here is probably their local district attorney, their ADA.
It is a rental car.
We got a recording from OnStar.
Ooh, can we see that?
Calling, sounding messed up, saying that she just hit a cop. So we're gonna send that to whoever's email.
Yeah.
So we've got an OnStar call. They've got an OnStar call of the at-fault saying she thinks she just hit a cop.
After she hit it?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
You just said they're gonna.
That's crazy.
We got a prosecutable case, which sure
Yeah.
sounds like we do. We're gonna prosecute her.
Good.
All right. So.
Well, okay. Let's see how well the prosecutor lives up to his word. Okay. In my experience, not very well usually.
Both the driver and the officer sustained
Wow.
injuries, but were able to make recoveries.
They both
According
got
to
lucky.
reports, the driver at fault for the crash was charged with aggravated vehicular assault, possession of a fentanyl-related compound, possession of cocaine, an additional charge
Damn.
for vehicular assault.
But she's been sober 10 days though, guys. You kidding me? Yeah.
And operating
When I get sober, when I'm not drinking anymore, I definitely just roll around with cases of beer sitting next to me.
vehicle while under the influence. Initially, the suspect pled not guilty to all charges, but eventually pled guilty When a plea deal was presented,
There you go.
she pled guilty to aggravated vehicular assault and possession of a fentanyl-related compound.
What was her sentence?
All other charges were dropped. For this, she was sentenced to 6 years in prison.
Hey,
with 2
you know
years
what?
of post-release control.
I'm actually relatively impressed with that sentencing. A lot of times you'll see, and if you go back and watch some of my other videos, you'll see that a lot of times these people will go out there and they'll beat up cops, or they'll try to fight them, they'll scratch them, they'll do all these things to them, and just get less than a slap on the wrist for it. And compared to what she could have done to this officer, I mean, 6 years I still think is relatively light, but hey, you know what? At least she went to prison. I guess, at least she went to prison. But, she could have killed that guy. He's just out there picking up trash.
Might have to forego the gym today and go tomorrow.
Oh, that's just excuses. That's excuses. No excuses about foregoing the gym. Get your ass in. Don't skip leg day.
What's that?
You got a coat?
I do. It's warm out there. You need a coat? All CJ?
What are we doing here?
Yeah.
See, if you were fatter like me, you'd have some meat on your bones.
Okay, anyway, that ending part is just them standing around bullshitting, I guess. Yeah, so like I said at the very beginning of this, man, it's something that officers have to face all the time. I was clipped one time by I was actually working a DUI stop, and I was clipped by a mirror from a vehicle that was coming through. It was kind of a foggy night, and they just weren't paying attention or didn't really care that there was flashing lights and stuff up in front of them, and they came driving right through and clipped me in the elbow with their mirror. And we ended up, my partner luckily was in the area and was able to chase them down. But these types of things happen. So like, if you, let me just throw this out there as like a public service announcement. If you see a cop on the side of the road and their lights are on, get over. Try to just pay attention to what you're doing. Like these guys are out there and they're just trying to do a job. And they just want to go home to their families, and this guy, he's just bad luck, man. But that's what I got for this video today. But I'm gonna just run through my spiel real quick. Give me a like, follow, comment, all that kind of stuff, man. I really appreciate it. I've been getting a lot of traction here lately with some views and stuff. I have been streaming. I probably will stream once a week or so. But again, I really appreciate everybody who's come by and actually spent some time to watch me do this thing. I really enjoy watching these videos. This one in particular, I usually like some more funny ones, but I do think that the reality of being a police officer is very important to present, and body cams are the best way to do it. And if I can give my 2 cents and help somebody understand or maybe entertain people a little bit on the side, I love doing this. So it's so much fun to me. And other than that, man, I'm just gonna cut it. Come see me over at X. At RogueOTN. I got set up on Facebook as well. Come see me there, and I will see you on the next one. So, peace.